My name is Gideon Busquèt-Craucamp. I'm also known as Gideonslight, and I am your creatively fit coach. Recently, my husband and I presented a very activating painting in the park workshop where participants that participated in this beautiful workshop discovered their own dream catcher within. So you've heard correctly, the theme for this workshop is I am a dream catcher. So the real idea behind this all is to discover and to remind yourself that we are all dream catchers, and that living your dream and catching your dream and making it a reality where you live it every day is your responsibility. I think so many times we get wrapped up in duties and responsibilities and expectations of everyone around us that without knowing it day by day, we let go a little bit of some of our dreams and we begin to live a dream of another person, a teacher, a parent, and so forth. And at some stage in your journey, you might wake up one day and ask yourself, why am I here? What is the purpose of my life? Is it to pay bills and to work and to be on this hamster wheel filled with duties and responsibilities that seem to take us nowhere? And for many people, living their dream ends up being a once-a-year holiday at a dream destination. And they can believe that working hard at something that they might not love doing every day is worth it, because at least for 10 days a year, they are able to live their dream. Now that might be okay for some, but I'm here today as your coach to challenge you to go beyond that, to create a life that is your dream, a life that you don't need to escape from at all, where you can live your dream every day. So my question to you would be, if you had a magic paintbrush and you could dream anything and you can paint anything, what would that look like and what would it be? I think one of the hardest questions that people hear and that they find difficult to answer is, what do you want? And if you spend a bit of time with that question, it is very easy when we are left-brained, orientated and trained to think of, I need money, I need time, I need power, I need recognition, I need authority. Because we believe that these things will help us to obtain the life that we are dreaming of secretly at night. I'm here to tell you that it is possible to switch over again and embrace your right brain hemisphere, the part of you that is governed by your higher self or your soul, or whatever you prefer to call that aspect of you, that higher consciousness. Because in really tuning into this higher aspect of yourself, you tune in to your life purpose and your life dreams. And this is profoundly powerful. And when you attune to the purpose of your life and you live with meaning and with purpose, things change dramatically. It changes your attitude, it changes your behavior, your habits, and how you go about your day. For so many people filled with apathy, depression, and a sense of longing for what was or what will one day be, they are stuck in this dark, gloomy place, believing that there is no solution, no door out, no way out. But when you recognize that you are a dream catcher, it is the first step that you can take into understanding that you are truly free to dream and then to take the appropriate steps to making that dream a reality. So again, I ask you, What would your perfect life look like if you had no restrictions? What would you be doing? What would you be wearing? Where would you find yourself on our beautiful planet? Where would you live? Who would you be with? What would you fill your day with that would bring meaning and purpose to you? These are some of the questions that we will explore at the canvas today as we paint a dream catcher. There's so many times when people tell me, but I can't even draw a stick figure. How do you want me to paint a dream catcher? So this is one of those times where I, as a creatively fit coach, like to challenge some of those limiting beliefs. Because if I have to hand you a piece of paper right now and a pencil or a piece of chalk and say, please draw me a stick figure, you know very well that you are capable of drawing a stick figure, right? I mean, it's really just a circle and a few straight lines, and it doesn't even have to be that straight, and the circle doesn't have to be that perfect either. It's not about expectation. But so many people walk around on our planet with this very limiting belief that they can't even draw a stick figure to save their lives. And that is so sad to me. I'm here as a creatively fit coach to remind you that each and every single one of us received a right brain and a left brain. And if you were ever told that you are left brain dominant and the other people, the creatives or the freaks, are the right brain dominant, then I'm here to tell you that that is incorrect information. As a human being, you are whole-brained. We use both our left and our right brain. We have a colostrum colossus in between the two left and right brain hemispheres that connects these two aspects of our brain to help them work together in unison. I think that statement that you are left brain dominant has been misinterpreted for what it really meant. The left brain is all about understanding and processing of information and then taking logical linear steps in order to make the journey from point A to point B happen. The problem with the left brain is that it cannot think out new ideas. It only knows how to process zeros and ones. So it's very computer-like in that sense. The right brain, however, is where we deal with our senses: smell, sight, what we hear, our feelings, and so forth. And that part of our brain, the right brain, deals with color, texture, and symbolism. It is this part of your brain that is connected with your higher self that also brings forth inspiration, finds new ideas. It is the part of you that can make a picture out of a cloud that is drifting overhead. Your left brain is the critical part. It is fear-based. It is there to protect you from, say for example, burning your hand on a hot stove, because it remembers that this causes harm. So we need both the left brain and the right brain. And I think also so many lines of thinking out there makes the left brain out to be a villain. Yes, there is the critical aspect of it and the negative aspects of it, but being completely right brain dominant also has its negative aspects. That can result in things like laziness and not committing, what is the word I'm looking for? Not taking appropriate action every day towards your goals. So procrastinating is the word. So when you sit on the couch and you procrastinate and you dream of fanciful ideas of how you could be living your life but never take action, that is being right brain dominant and then not taking any action, which is left brain action. So when you come to the canvas, like I do in a creatively fit coaching session, I really want you to engage with both the left brain and the right brain, But it is a right brain based exercise because I find that so many people are left brain orientated or dominant, like they so believe, and have completely left creativity out of their toolbox. I believe that creative thinking, which is a right brain exercise or faculty, is essential for us as a humanity to move together. The problems that we've created that are left brain based will not be solved by the left brain, because the left brain cannot think out new ideas and it will find 100 reasons why it will not work. The left brain is self-centered, me, myself and I, and we see that very well in our modern Western society today. The right brain hemisphere is unity consciousness. It thinks in terms of team or us or all inclusive. It has the ability to think of the entire planet as a whole, as an earthly tribe. So you can see how finding solutions to our economical, financial, and environmental problems, even our social problems, will be found in the right brain because it is inclusive. It finds solutions. It sparks new ideas. It is inspiration. But we do need the left brain to execute these wonderful new ideas that can save our planet and our fellow brother. So this is why I find it so important as a creatively fit coach to spend time at the canvas. All of us are born artists. And when we are handed a box of crayons at the preschool, we all draw with glee and with joy and with such exuberance. And we share our art with anyone that wants to take a minute to look at it. And then puberty hits us and we get shy, and all kinds of books with logical, linear facts are shoved in front of us, and we have to learn to process that. So our creative development ends at a specific time in our lives when we place the crayons down and replace it with the history books and the maths. So when I bring people to the canvas to begin developing that creative part of the right brain again, I find it easier for the learner to come to the canvas and to begin that creative journey at that age of a young child. So you will find that a lot of the exercises that we do for creative development is childlike in a way, playful in a manner, because that is the easiest way to reconnect with that inner child that stopped creative development, say for example at the age of 10 or 13. So many people confuse artistic skills and technique with that of creativity. And because they've had one experience where they picked up a brush again and maybe thought, art is so elementary, it is so easy, I'm going to paint this picture quickly and be done with it, I don't know what the big fuss is, only to discover that it is more challenging and difficult than they thought. And that the medium that they are painting in is not quite doing what they thought it would. And then that serves as further evidence that they are not an artist. Meanwhile, if you understood how the medium works and that you work in layers in order to achieve the final accomplished piece, and that you don't necessarily have to be an accomplished drawer to be an artist, and that silly thing that painting out of your head makes you an artist, that is so silly. Any good artist uses reference material in order to be realistic and to be proportionate in what they are doing, and uses a myriad of techniques from tracing to projecting in order to ensure that the final product that they are producing reaches the target that they aim for, in order not to waste paint and product. Speaking of product, I think so many people are product orientated, that if the artwork doesn't have a monetary value because it's not beautiful enough in the end in order to be hung in a gallery or to be sold for money, then it cannot be classified as art. We have forgotten that art is a process, and that process is a metaphor for the journey of our lives. And sadly enough, we as a consumer society highly praise art that is old, And we don't support living artists that could need our support. Artist that has long died is honored and their works of art is sold for millions of rands, and the artist never benefited from that. And I think that is very sad and something that I hope to change as a creatively fit coach. So I think it's important, number one, to embrace the artist within yourself in order to understand and respect the living artists that are producing art today for a living, and then to support them first and let the old art hang in the museum where it belongs. That is just my opinion.